What's up, YouTube land? Xeno Gaming here, and welcome back to episode number 25 of my F1 2021 My Team series. And today we have the race around the Austrian Grand Prix round the Red Bull Ring. So, in the Spielberg area, I was going to say Alps, but I've got no idea if it's Alps or not, to be honest. Anyway, getting straight into it, fixing some upgrades from that failed last episode, which annoying. It's on the chassis. The bigger major components as well. So we get those fixed. Hopefully we get those on the car as soon as we can to really improve our performance. And you can see we're getting closer to that Red Bull and Ferrari area. And we've got an ultimate part for the durability, but we've got major parts on the engine of the powertrain, a minor part in the chassis as well coming in. So we're going to jump into the weekend and we'll see what we can do. This is obviously a pretty good track for me. It's not my favourite track, but I always seem to perform pretty well around it, so maybe I should. I think it's just... I don't know why I don't really like this track. I don't really like these last two corners, even though they're fast. I don't really enjoy turn 1. I don't enjoy turn 3. I hate two left-handers in the middle of the track. The only corner I really enjoy is probably turn 4, to be honest, so... And that's one of the slower corners on the track. It's weird, I know. I mean, I guess this first right-hander is enjoyable. The second one I don't like at all. So anyway, first lap here in qualifying, we do have one at 3.1. So that's not terrible. Actually, we've gone through our two runs. The second run wasn't very good, and we aborted it. And now this is the end of the session, last lap, new set of tyres as always, and we have Leclerc in the Ferrari right behind us on our qualifying lap, which is a bit annoying for me that he starts his qualifying lap right behind me, but it is what it is, so I just have to get on with it and try and put in the best lap possible. And I'm at the minute down after half the lap on my time, so we're gaining a bit of time there, but then we run wide, picking up the throttle probably a little bit too early, missed the apex there, but we still gain time. So it shows you how the first lap wasn't very good. We're currently sitting in 19th. We absolutely need a lap to get into Q2. We nailed that second to last corner pretty well. The final corner we get right as well, but it's not enough. We don't really improve the time by that much. It's less than a tenth of a second, and that means we're going to be out here in Q1 yet again. Another disappointment. Ocon gets through in 15th, but Raikkonen's out. Russell, Schumacher. We are 20th on the grid. We do a 1 minute 3.0. Latifi's in 21st. Mazepin on the final slot of the grid. So we're going to go to the race now. And absolute disaster for us. Yeah, I just cannot get qualifying right. And this is still on the same difficulty that the last race in Canada was. So you can see I finished that race with I had some really good pace that race, but in qualifying I just cannot get the lap out of myself at the minute. Really got some issues there. Because in the race I feel fine. I've got good pace compared to the other cars, but in qualifying I don't know. I can't explain this honestly. That was really the best I could do, I guess. So maybe there's a little bit more in the lap. I don't know how much more, but anyway. Yeah, it is what it is. I've got to find a way to improve my one lap pace. But we're coming now to the strategy, and it's pretty simple. One stop, I think, at Austria. I've tried 2 stops in the past around here, and it's just a lot slower. You have to make up too much time on a 2 stop. 1 stop is the way to go, especially when you can go on a soft to medium strat. So anyway, we're going to get into this race. We're 20th on the grid. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we should be able to get a good result. We might even be able to fight our way into the points today. I think our car is obviously much quicker than where we've qualified it. This is a car that can fight for points, so that's the goal this afternoon here in Austria, as we get ready for the 5 red lights here for the Austrian Grand Prix. And let's go here at the Red Bull Ring, and we immediately get a decent start off the line. Nothing special. Everyone seems to have got quite an even start. We've got a space down the inside. We're going to take it. I was worried about getting squeezed there, so we go across the curb. But Giovinazzi actually left me more room than I realised he would. Schumacher sweeps it back round our outside as well. And now we're trying to look for a path down there, but I brake early. Schumacher dives down the inside. I have to get out of it. There's a front wing that goes flying there. I'm not sure whose front wing that was just at this moment in time. But we're sitting in 17th. And I look behind. Giovinazzi's absolutely obliterated his front wing. He's got no front wing. There's a car in front that I'm sure hasn't got a front wing. It could even be Schumacher. It could be Lundgaard even. Schumacher seems quite slow, so Stroll goes down his inside. So maybe it is Mick that broke his front wing. I think it is now. Because Lundgaard looks like he's got decent pace. So Stroll and Schumacher going side by side. And they're going side by side. I've got a much better run out the chicane compared to them coming down out of turn 8 into turn 9. And we've got 2 cars on our left, but we make the move stick. And we move into 15th position. So now coming up to the back of Lundgaard. And Schumacher's still going. So maybe he was just slow in that Haas. So maybe I don't know who picked up the damage at turn 3 in front of us. But anyway, I broke reasonably at a reasonable time, but they are so slow when they're stacked up behind each other. You're able to pick them off easily, and we do that with Christian Lundgaard, and Stroll also gets past him, so not good for Lundgaard. Very next lap we're chasing Vettel, and same thing, I'm going to brake at a reasonable point, but you know it's easy just to go down the inside of the AI and take the position. So now we move into 13th, and next up is Esteban Ocon. We've got a little bit of defending on Vettel on the straight, but we managed to take position next lap. Ocon's up, and same thing, he's going to go slow into turn 3, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So, yeah, easy overtake on Esteban Ocon. Next up is Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, but this one is going to go a different way. So I'm actually not close enough on this lap to make an overtake, so I brake normally, and you got Sainz going up the inside of Alonso. Verstappen's on the outside as well. They're going like 3 wide up ahead, and I'm sitting at the back of this, waiting for an opportunity, not trying to break my front wing. Alonso and Verstappen going side by side. Leclerc's got to the head of the queue, so someone is going slowly in this queue, and I this stage thought it was Fernando being in a slower Alpine. We got Tsunoda trying to go ahead of Sainz. He can't get that job done, so we're now going to go to turn 1 here, where it's still jam-packed. Sainz is now pressuring Verstappen, and I've got a good exit out of turn 1. I've got a really good run behind Gasly, who's also got a really, really good run behind Tsunoda. He pulls out of the slipstream. They go to the inside. I go to the outside. He dive bombs Tsunoda, so Gasly, he then locks up, goes across the curb. There's contact between the two AlphaTauris. Franz Tost is not going to be happy. Helmut Marko is not going to be happy either. And they're still going side by side, but they've now got broken front wings, the both of them. You can see there's Tsunoda's broken front wing. We get a much better run out of turn 4, and we're now trying to get him around the outside of turn 6, and we're able to do so. Gasly as well got a broken front wing. He's slow, so we're able to sweep around the outside of him through turn 7 and move up into a point scoring position of 10th place, and that's cost us 3 seconds to the cars ahead. But we should be able to... Oh, we have a bit of a moment on the curb there at turn 9, but we should now be able to close up to the cars ahead. Yeah, so moving to lap 12 now, and you can see we are closing actually to Max Verstappen, who's quite slow. I think Verstappen's actually got a bit of damage to his car. So at this stage of the race, he's pretty slow. Everyone ahead's overtaken him. There's Norris out for the 2nd consecutive Grand Prix in a row, so bad luck for Lando Norris. He's out of this Grand Prix, and it's the 2nd retirement in a row for him and McLaren. But yeah, I think Verstappen's got a bit of damage because we're closing up to him quite easily. And here you can see lap 13, and now at the start of 14, we're right behind Max Verstappen. There's the other McLaren, Ricciardo, in the pit lane. He defends a little bit into turn 1, so I'm setting this move up for turn 3 on Max. As we go right into his toe, he goes to the right, I go to the left. Can you spot any damage? I can't spot any damage on the right side there. But we go around the outside, leave him plenty of space on the inside so he doesn't hit us. And we get a much better run off the corner and through into 6th position. Next up is Carlos Sainz. You can see how much Verstappen has dropped. We've dropped him already, by the way. But there was... I don't know if you were looking in the bottom left there. I think Verstappen's gone to the pit. Ricciardo's ran into him with that awkward pit entry here at Austria. And he's retired from the Grand Prix. So Ricciardo's out. a safety car is deployed. This is the lap we're supposed to pit anyway, so this is perfect for us. We're going to be able to come in for a free pit stop. You got Alonso ahead coming in. Hamilton's already, he just came out of the pit lane, so he's already stopped. You've also got Leclerc in for a stop, Perez as well. So this is all going to work out really well. Vettel as well actually continues, so I don't know what the strategy is at Aston. But all these guys that were on medium tyres actually going to the hards to go to the end of the Grand Prix, where we can switch to the medium. So this is perfect for us. Max Verstappen also on the medium compound tyre, so it's ideal for him. He's not lost too much time. He's in 10th, and I think he fixed his front wing, and then Ocon is in 8th. So anyway, we're under the safety car here, and just taking it easy, doing your normal thing under the safety car, preparing the tyres, all this. So the AI take off out of turn 3, which is normal. So I decided to accelerate. I wave a bit, almost lose the car a bit, and then all of a sudden I see Perez slowing. I see front wings flying everywhere. I was so confused what's happened here. Perez is slowing. Jeff, on the call.
Okay, some information on Perez. They are out of the race.
Perez is out of the Grand Prix. I got no idea what's happened. Silly me, forgot to get the replay after the race as well, so I don't know what happened, but he's crashed under the safety car into the back of somebody. He's broken his front wing, or under his suspension or something. Perez is out. And then, so safety car's coming in this lap, so no time to think about it. And then, ahead of me, Fernando pulls off. He's got no front wing on, so he ran into the back of Perez as well, I guess, because he's got no front wing, so he pits. I overtake him here illegally, but then the game recognises that he's pitting, and it gets me get away with it. He actually gets back ahead of me, but that's fine. Yeah, really odd moment as we head towards turn 1. We've got Vettel in 3rd currently, so he's going to be quite slow. You can see here Vettel's actually trying to pit. Leclerc's down, he's inside. Leclerc gets ahead. Sainz almost runs up the back of him. Vettel pits. I don't know why he didn't pit under the safety car, but now it's really hurt the two Ferraris here compared to the Mercedes out front. They're going to battle for the lead. Sainz, we got a good run on Sainz. He's on hard tyres. We go right around the outside of him. He gets a lot of curb, and we take that position as well. And you got to remember, behind us is Max Verstappen, he's fixed his car and he's in a much faster Red Bull, and he is going to pass Carlos here into turn 3 potentially. He's on the outside. We'll see who gets the better, but Verstappen, more grip on the medium compound tyre, gets past Carlos Sainz as we now close up to Charles Leclerc, who's on the medium tyre, so no issues with him. He can get to the end of the race, but now he decides to pit for whatever reason. I have to avoid him here. I have to miss the apex completely at 9, but we get past him. And we now have Max Verstappen behind us in the Red Bull to fight for a podium. Ocon also pits, so some weird strategies there from him and Leclerc. No chance of us catching Hamilton or Bottas, despite Bottas being on a terrible hard tyre compared to Hamilton on the medium. Verstappen is going to have a go at us here into the hairpin. He's not close enough, so we've got to defend now for the next 12 laps, 13 laps on Verstappen. We're now on lap 26. I'll run a little bit wide at 1, don't get a great exit, and Verstappen is right behind us. He's got DRS. I'm using my battery, and he goes down the inside here into turn 3. Max Verstappen to take away a podium from us here today. We go the long way around. We've now got the DRS though. He was ahead at the detection point, and we get the DRS, and we're able to fight back here on the run to 4 and maintain 3rd place quite easily actually. But now I'm going to move all the way to the last lap of the Grand Prix, because Max never really threatened us again. He didn't get a side-by-side at any point. I think this is probably the closest he got here, and it was on the final lap of the Grand Prix. You can see how close he gets there in the mirror, kind of. But no threat from me. I didn't have to defend or position my car in any kind of way. He didn't send one down the inside, so yeah, it felt safe enough to just break on the line. And you can see we've got decent pace compared to Sainz. Sainz is 5 seconds back. He's not pressuring us. We're not in the train. It's us versus Verstappen, straight fight. And we've won the battle here today, I think. I'm pretty confident we'll get around these last few corners. We won't make the same mistake we made last year. And yeah, this has been quite a race. What should have been a podium last year at Austria is going to come around a full circle. Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. Bottas finishes second to make it a Mercedes 1-2. We're going to come around the final corner, to make it another podium for Xeno Racing. I believe that is the second of the career mode. So, well done. Or maybe the third, actually. I actually can't remember. But what a result. Great win for Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas takes a second, and we pick up a third. Yeah, some things fell our way, but we started 20th on the grid. We had some unbelievable pace in the race. Race pace was really good. Like, we're able to keep up with the Ferraris. The Red Bull, the Verstappen was quicker than us, but we're definitely able to keep up with the Ferraris and actually have more pace than them. So this is where I'm confused about, because I had the AI on 103 difficulty, but in qualifying I'm nowhere. In the race I'm probably too quick compared to where my car is in the performance chart. So I'm going to go back to 105, how I had it previous races. We'll see how that goes. This has launched us all the way up to 5th in the standings. Ocon was able to finish in the points as well. I believe he had a 10th. So good on Esteban. Great result for the team. And yeah, really happy with that. And we've got some parts on the car. We'll see where that goes. And yeah, got a failure on the control electronics part, which is not ideal. I really need that. Well, the second control electronics component has weared much better compared to the first one. So I don't know what was wrong with that first one. Just weared at a terrible rate, and we had to replace it pretty quickly. And now, as we sim forward, we have another failure. This time on the engine department. This time we get that chassis upgrade. So that's not too bad as we sim further forward. We had a department thing, and I decided to decline it and boost Ocon's racecraft, and it decreases his awareness, but that's okay. We would rather the racecraft at this stage. So yeah, and then I had to go and fix this part on the engine. It's a minor ERS upgrade, so it shouldn't affect us too badly here for Britain, which is the next Grand Prix. This is a pretty good track anyway for ERS. So yeah, I was pretty annoyed though with all the failures recently with the quality control of upgrades. A lot of my parts like they've just failed. So I decided here on the quality control on the engine area to power unit department to upgrade it to level spec 2 for the quality control. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be the episode today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a like on the video, would mean a lot. Comment your feedback down in the comment section below. Anything I can do to improve this stuff, and subscribe for more F1 2021 content. And yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Till then, goodbye.